Today we're looking at guitars. Now, the different kinds of guitars are a must know, whether you're from the world of music or not. These different kinds of guitars are recognizable. What elements and parts make them up? So, the four guitars that are must knows are in white, the bass guitar, in red, the electric guitar, and on the left, in brown, you have an acoustic guitar, and in the back in brown you have a classical guitar. So we'll be discussing the different elements between these four, and we will be making use of different visual helpers to make you understand the differences. You can see a lot of knobs and a whole system with that bass guitar, which we can look at more closely. You can see a lot of different strings, 6-stringed acoustic guitar, and here is a 4-stringed bass guitar. The classical guitar is a lot broader than the acoustic one, has a big ring around it, and the electric guitar, if we look at it in more depth, we see the electric guitar is visually seemingly close to the bass guitar. There is a bridge and a common shape. So as we see, there are common shapes for all four of these guitars. Let's begin with a comparison between the acoustic and the electric guitars. The first thing about the acoustic guitar is that it has steel strings. This is different from the classical that has nylon or garter strings. The steel strings are tightened into the saddle using essentially pins, as you can see there, and the ribs of the guitar, something we should know about all guitars, the ribs go on the side there, right on the side of the guitar. So the ribs are simply that side of every guitar. A good thing to know. And then the sound hole exists in an acoustic guitar, and there's going to be a major difference between this and electrically amplified guitars. The soundboard is simply the board on the front of the guitar. On an electric guitar, there's a truss rod, which we can find right at the top. It's usually a bar of steel that's inside and keeping the structural integrity of the guitar. Then there, as with the acoustic guitars, there are different frets all along the neck of the guitar. If we look at the pickup switch, that's an interesting item that helps us electrically amplify certain strings of others, or them simultaneously. We have volume and tone knobs over here, just with the bass guitar. So quite typical guitar elements. You see that electrical guitar is very thin compared to these large guitars, and for a reason, it doesn't need an open body. Now, the bass guitar has the largest neck of all, and it has 4 strings, which is very characteristic and makes it much more beginner friendly than these 6-chord guitars. It is, with its long neck and its particularly one octave down tuning. It is very low, much lower in the basses than any other guitars. And you can have these very thick strings that also help with this difference. Now, the classical guitar, on the other hand, is a lot more complicated to play. Different types of classical music, flamenco, gypsy music, depending on the number of frets and fretboards, you can go up to 32 different differentiations. Thanks for watching, and if you want any more content like this, let me know.